Today, I'm going to be teaching you how to be elite at RetroBowl. Elite! Alright, so first we're going to start a new playthrough. I'm just going to... Which one should I get rid of? I'm going to get rid of my lowest one. I don't even know what I had there. Now, alright. So this, nothing really matters. You can pick whatever team you want. For this example, I'm going to rebuild the worst team in the NFL right now. Actually, not right now, because at this time, Andy Dalton just dropped a 300 yards, 3-bomb on the Raiders. So maybe I should rebuild the Raiders, but actually that sounds more fun, so we're going to do that instead. Okay. We already got this. This doesn't matter. Today, E.R.G. We'll do this dude. Alright. Now, you're going to skip the tutorial, and you can set it to whatever you want. For this one, we're going to do hard mode, 2-minute quarters, and I'm going to do a 10-man roster, and I have the 12-man option, but this is for, people that don't have premium. And if you don't want to buy premium, that's fine, but if you don't know, it's literally only $1. $1, you get a ton of options. It's pretty great. Anyway, so you can basically just sim your first game. Just get it over with. Doesn't matter if you win or not. We won. Good for us. You can do whatever you want after that screen right there. Now, the start of the next season is quite possibly the most important thing you can do. So let's go ahead and go there. Texans win the Retro Bowl. Awesome. All right, new season begins. Let's take a look at our roster. Horrible roster. Now, here's a quick thing. 38 years old? I didn't even know that. Now, as you can see, everybody on this team is extremely old and really bad. But there is no way in heaven that there is a 1.5 star potential in the draft. So no matter what you do, you're getting your money's worth if you trade everyone. So that's what we're going to do. Trade everybody. Trade everyone. Trade everyone. Ton of second-round picks. Now, if there's a good quarterback, you take it. See, I feel like we can do better than that. We might want to get a quarterback in the later round and develop everything else. So let's see if we can find a generational talent anywhere. That's a pretty good one right there. That's a pretty good one. You want to scout everyone in this first lineup. Let's see what the difference is between these two. So they got max catching, 6 strength. Let's see, and then look at this other guy. He has, okay, this guy's better. Ethan Winton. We're going to build our team around him, okay? And defense doesn't really matter the first year because you're going to be bad no matter what. Okay, actually, if you find a 5-star talent in the second round, you can take him. That is completely fine. Now, I think I used too many of my scouts, which is, you don't want to do that. Don't do what I just did. But we're going to take a shot at this quarterback right here just because he's all right. We'll probably trade him, though. And then the rest of this, you can kind of just do whatever you want. I'm going to take this offensive lineman. And for me, I don't have the option to look at what they are. You do, so I'm going to take the best-looking kicker. You do want to take a kicker because the free agent kickers are way too expensive for what they should do. We're going to take him. He's pretty good. And then, let's see. Let's get him a running back, whether he's good or not. He's all right. Let's get him another receiver. This guy will have to do, and that'll be our draft. He's 3-star. See, like I said, none of these guys, even in the 3rd round, we picked a guy that had a 1-star rating and ended up being a 3-star potential. So that's how you know it's good. It's good. So next thing you want to do is you want to take a look at these contracts. The contracts of the coaches matter a lot, especially whenever they are half-star coaches. So right now, if I wanted to extend his contract, it would be 1 year for 1 credit. It's a 1-to-1 exchange. Now, we're going to sim to the end of the season, and I'm going to cut this out so you won't have to see it. But we're going to come back at the end of the season, and if we make the playoffs, I'll show that. If we don't, whatever. And also, you want to choose your fastest player for kickoff, so that'll be Ethan. Okay. Okay, so we're at week 8 in the season, or I guess week 7. But I wanted to show you now that my coach has upgraded. Now, remember earlier I showed you, or I guess a second ago, I showed you that it was 1 year for 1 credit. But now that he's a 1-star, it is 1 year for 2 credits. So what I'm trying to tell you is, since you can honestly just let these guys go. These next year, you don't have to extend them right now. As soon as this year ends and you go into the next year, you need to sign these guys to as long, spread it out evenly, but get these guys to as long as a contract as you can, okay? And what that'll do is, if you have them for a really long contract, then you can have them on a really long contract in 2 or 3 years. They're going to be like a 5-star coach, and you'll have them for another 7 years. So you don't have to, you don't have to go to the you don't have to go to the staff hires and pay $20 or 20 coach credits for a 4-star coach because you already have one. They'll develop into it. And another thing, your first year, you're going to be pretty bad. If you're not, that lucky you. But my first year, I always put them on hard. That way they can get the most amount of experience. And even though they're all really bad morale, it won't matter because they don't get paid until the year after this. So that's that. All right. So a below average season. We went 5-12. Jacksonville won the Retro Bowl. My team hates me, but hopefully that won't happen for you. Also, I simmed all my games, and I know a lot of you people like to play all your games, so you don't have to do that. If you win the Super Bowl, awesome. If you don't, doesn't matter. So we're going to go on to next season. Both of our coordinators left, and this is where you have to, also, I meant to tell you this, you need to save up all your money for these next 2 coaches. So I can put on 12 years for both of them. So they'll be here for 12 years. Speed run. Actually, 13. I did my math wrong. Nope, 14. I did my math wrong again. Okay. Both are going to be here for 14 years, and you don't have to worry about that. And, oh, goodness. Okay. Anyway, I only have spot for 1 more. So I'm probably going to just improve what we already have. So if this guy, oh my goodness. Yep, you're out of here. Get him as a replacement. We can find any better, some good talent. Doesn't really look like there's much here. I don't know if you saw, there's another good running back right there. We already ran out of scouts. I don't know how we're running out of scouts that fast. So the next is basically just shoot and you miss. I'm just going to have to cut this man. He's not that good anyway. It's not that big of a deal. So I can just replace him with him and hope that he's better. He is just about the exact same. So that was a waste of a pick. You don't want to do that. And so I guess I could spend on a defensive player. So I'll spend on the best-looking one. Best-looking one that's left. Oh, wait, we got some options over here. Probably this guy, Bobby Vane. Ryan, I can't read. Okay. And then I don't have enough spots, so I'm just going to sell this pick. And next season, and you are going to want to keep after you've done the coach thing. You're good with the coaches. Coaches are no longer a concern. Next, you want to play through a couple seasons, and you want to save up as many credits as you can so that you can increase your salary cap. Now, you won't really need it your first year or your second year because most people don't have their entire team as rookies. And RetroBowl likes to have rookies on a 2-year contract. So after 2 years, you're going to have to pay these guys. And depending on how well they are, like what their rating is and how good they did this season, they're going to pay more and more and more. Quarterbacks get paid the highest, and then it just falls off after that. So make sure your quarterback, that's like the main guy you want to keep. Obviously, you can get a better quarterback than this most of the time. But everything else, we got pretty lucky. We got a 5-star running back, 5-star receiver. But yeah, I think that completes it. Other than that, I think you got it. If there's anything I left out, leave it in the comments and I'll answer.